Now, page 4, obsessing over Trump-Russia. The partisan Democrat machine in Washington, D.C. is like a rabid dog biting at the ankle of the 45th president. They have no reason, they have no evidence, no controlling authority to attack. They only have basic instinct. And that is what we are witnessing on Capitol Hill right now. Democrat leadership is nipping at the heels of this president in a desperate partisan assault on the 45th president in his effort to develop a working relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Case in point, there was this phony symbolic effort in the Senate to go on record as being in support of intelligence agency conclusions that Russia interfered in the 2016 election. Silly, very silly, and a waste of time. The president is not denying that Russia meddled in the 2016 election cycle. However, that's not stopping the likes of Bernie Sanders, who is actively trying to undermine the duties and power of the executive branch of government.
Mr. President, today we face an unprecedented situation of a president who, for whatever reason, refuses to acknowledge the full scope of the threat to American democracy.
Stop the tape. This is wrong. It's just flat out wrong. The president knows the threats to democracy. There are external threats to democracy, and there are internal threats to democracy. And oh, by the way, Bernie Sanders, just for the record, we are not a democracy. We are a representative or a constitutional republic. But let's play along and use the word democracy. The internal threats to our democracy, one of them is you, Senator Sanders. You are a threat to our democracy, our representative republic, our constitutional republic, because he adheres not to the principles of the United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. He adheres to principles of Marx and Hegel. And these are people who represented an ideology that is diametrically opposite to what we hold true as a foundational element to our life here, our civil society in the United States of America. This man is more of a threat to our civil society, I firmly believe, than Vladimir Putin is. This man represents the antithesis. Look at Medicare for all. That's straight out of something that the Communist Manifesto would come up with. Medicare for all. How in the world are you going to pay for that without some sort of heavy progressive income tax, which is what we already have, but Bernie Sanders, of course, wants to double down on that. It's redistribution of wealth. It's the antithesis of a free market society. And this is Bernie Sanders. It's not Donald Trump. Roll tape.
Either he really doesn't understand what is happening, and
Stop
that's
the
possible.
Tape. Donald Trump understands clearly what is happening and what happened during the 2016 election cycle. What he's very sensitive to is people like Bernie Sanders trying to imply or saying outright that the results of the 2016 presidential election are somehow tainted because of so-called Russian meddling. There is not a shred, not a single shred of evidence that a single vote was altered on behalf of Donald Trump or otherwise during the 2016 presidential election cycle. That's what the president is sensitive about. He has admitted multiple times that, yes, there has been meddling in the election cycle of 2016. But it didn't affect the results. Roll tape.
Or he is under Russian influence.
Stop
because
tape. Russian influence. So this is why he's sending arms to the Ukraine. This is why he is in favor of more sanctions against Russia. This is why he read the riot act over there to old Merkel in Germany for linking and depending upon its ability to heat stoves and furnaces and all kinds of different kinds of ways to have energy in Germany from Russia. In other words, Germany is now dependent on Russia for energy. So why in the world would he read the riot act to Angela Merkel over there if he didn't think that was a big national security risk for Germany? Roll tape.
Of compromising information they may have on him.
Stop the tape. Where's the evidence of that? You know, this is what these kinds of people.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.